Ryan O'Neill,
Nice to see you.
thank you for being here. I've been following up with this guy forever, and I'm glad you're finally here.
It's an honor. It's an honor to join you. Thank you.
Yep, you bet. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Ryan.
I am from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Yes, the youngest of six, and I've been in the real estate industry since 2001. A longtime investor, real estate investor. That's how I started in the business, was buying investment property and became a licensed agent after the fact. And in another life, my brother and I are also piano players. We are musicians. And so I've got a big heart for any of you all that are fellow musicians as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So tell us a little bit about your business. Last year, let's talk last year. How many transactions closed and how much volume for you and your team?
So the team was 2,250 transactions, and it was a little bit over 750 million.
And if I'm not mistaken, that has to make you like the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world or something.
We
It's gotta be up
have, you
there.
know, there's a lot of great RE/MAX folks. We have been a few times over the years,
Yeah.
but we have been a few times.
Awesome. Good for you.
Thank
I love
you.
it. So talk to me about your business, specifically as it relates to, obviously, our theme for this particular retreat, as we talked about, has been seller-focused, listing-based. And you guys do a phenomenal job of working with sellers in your market. So tell me some of the things you guys do.
Yeah, from a listing standpoint, you know, as I was listening to you earlier, Jeff, and what so many have talked about is I love so much of the specifics that you're providing at these events. I've been to a lot of different coaching events, and
Sure.
I really like your specifics
Yep.
that you're providing.
Thank you.
What I would say, and this may sound super simple to you all, but when I started in the business, I had a real estate, my mentor, I'm a young kid out of college, and he said, Ryan, this year, what I want you to do is meet 50 new people in person, take an interest in them, learn about them, their family, their kids, their dog, reach out and start building relationships. And I said, well, no. I want to sell real estate. I want listings.
I don't need
I
more
want
friends.
listings. He said, you're not understanding there, young man. What you need to do is stop with all your technology, Ryan. Get away from all your gadgets. Call up a buddy. Go to the bar. Go to the gym. Go to church. And take an interest in other people. So a year later, I did it. Sure enough, listings were popping. People were calling me, neighbors, friends, family. So sometimes we make this job very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
When in reality, and again, in a very small, simple way, the human side of this business is more critical than ever, especially now
Yeah.
in today's day and age with our phones, when we can't look up for 30 seconds. So a little bit of a tangent, but
Love that. No, that was great. Thank you for sharing that. So your sources of listings, #1 is referrals, obviously, it sounds like, based on that.
yeah, a lot of referral-based business. Again, our approach is pretty very soft from a sales standpoint. We are very much about building relationships,
Yep.
taking an interest, providing value. Some of the direct mail that we do, we use a local program that sends postcards, something of value to our past clients, our gold list, if you will, items that they can use a coupon at a local sub shop. You know, different types of coupons. It's something of value, but we're keeping in front of
So
them.
like a deal of the month kind
Deal
of
of
thing.
the month. Yep. Thank you.
And
Sorry.
that's okay. How long you been doing that?
4 or 5 years,
Okay.
probably 4 or 5 years. That's
And-
been very, very effective.
And is that a monthly one?
Monthly one, yes.
Yep. And that's a jumbo postcard, or what's it look like?
Jumbo postcard, again, it's unique to our brokerage. It just happened to be someone that we got in touch with that was providing this. And so I
Yeah.
think as you sit there, think of what is something of value
Yep.
you could provide to your people. And it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. You don't have to go out and spend a ton of money and come up with something revolutionary.
Sure.
But something of value. If you do that little item alone as an agent, you are immediately differentiating yourselves between all of the stuff that we get from people, that people look at it and say, what's in it for me? Why would I want this?
Yep. Your team does a really good job with social media. I've paid attention.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that strategy.
Social media. I've got a challenge for everybody in the room. Social media. Think of a conversation. Think of somebody you know who talks a lot. What's the first adjective you would use to describe that person? What was it? Chatty. If you're real honest. Annoying. Thank you. Thank you so much. Think of someone now, friends, family, neighbors, your mother, someone who's a good listener. What's the first word that comes to your mind? Giving. I heard giving.
Caring.
Caring. A simple thing to do with our social media. Today, comment on 10 of your friends' posts. Show an interest in your sphere, in those people on your social media. Use your social media to elevate others. Maybe I'm going to say, you know what? I was at this Jeff Glover event. I'm going to take a picture of Jeff. I'm going to post it. I'm going to tag him on his wall, and I'm going to elevate Jeff. Everybody loves to be elevated. It's a very small thing to do. You can differentiate yourself in your market tremendously just by a simple thing you can do. You may say, yeah, that sounds great, Ryan, but how is that going to lead to business? Believe me, it does.
It reminds me of, I took a class on networking because I was always like, I'm not a good networker. I don't want to be in a room of a bunch of people. And one of the best lessons I learned in networking is don't go there with an intention of getting business. Don't go there with an intention of exchanging cards with people. Go there with the intention of connecting other people. Ryan, you need to meet Dan.
Right.
Here's why. Become the connector in that room, and all of a sudden it elevates the level of opportunities that you receive.
And that can be hard if you're a really logical person or you've come from a job where you say, I put in 3 hours and I need X. We know that isn't the way this job works. You can spend 80 hours with something and it leads to nothing. You can meet one random person and get a $50,000 commission check. So it's more about the activity, the consistent activity daily.
Love that. So we've been hearing from panelists or keynotes. Somebody a couple times in the VIP room talked about starting a podcast and making, getting your voice out there and getting your brand out there through a podcast. You have a radio show, and so you've done that, and that was kind of the way to do it before podcasts, and it's still an effective way because a lot of people still listen to FM and AM radio. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Great way to build credibility in your market. Find some partners. I've got 15 folks, partners, home inspectors, mortgage, lawyers, all these various people that advertise with us on the show to help us afford the show. And you're providing content, you're providing value. You are being the mayor, as he described, in your market, letting people know about you. And again, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering, but you have different people on with you each week. You're providing content, and before you know it, they're like, hey, I heard your radio show. I heard an ad. Interesting. My mom's thinking of selling. So sometimes try to get your mind in that thought process that some of the marketing you have to do is more of that type of approach, where your phone may not immediately ring. You're building your brand as an individual agent, as a team. That's so important.
Awesome. Last question I have for you is your listing presentation. Obviously at 2,250 transactions, you probably have that dialed in pretty well. Your materials, the process. When you think of what other agents in your market or in your town are doing to get listings, or when they're on appointments, what they're presenting, how does your stuff stand out?
We really are so consumer focused. We talk about the consumer. I think a lot of agents, we go into presentations and we talk about us. Hey, I'm the best. I'm wonderful. I'm number one and this and all of that. People don't care. They frankly don't care. They want to know about them. And so what we say is, look, we've got a unique approach. In the Twin Cities market, we're going to advertise your listing on our radio show, radio. We put it in our local newspaper, the Star Tribune. People still read the newspaper. We're going to put it in there. We're going to put it in social media, and we're going to also put it online. We're the only team or company that's doing that. We believe in doing that because it's best for you as our client. It gets you the most demand, most money.
Yep. Awesome. Love it. Let's hear it
you.
for him. Nice job. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan's heading to Mackinac after this, I hear.
Yeah.
Sorry. What's going on in Mackinac? Just out of curiosity.
My wife was kind of as they were growing up as kids, they loved going there. They went there a few times, so it's a little reunion trip.
Yeah, that's
So,
nice.
Honored to join you guys. How about a round of applause for this guy?
Oh, stop it.
Wow,
Yeah,
seriously.
Stop it.
Well done.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.